All right, let's take a look at some BGP. I've got two routers here just peering. We're going to simulate a network outage between a customer edge router and a provider edge router. Router 1 is going to be our customer edge router. This is your branch site. And then we got a router 2 here, which is going to be your PE, your provider edge router. If you look below here, I've got router 1. We are set up with the autonomous system number of 65300, and our neighbor is 10.0.0.3, located at remote autonomous system number at 65400. And let's take a look. We have been established for 4 minutes 31 seconds. Here's router 2. It's set up with a autonomous system number 65400. We have a neighbor of 10.0.0.2 at 65300. All right, so on router 2 here, let's make sure that we have connectivity. If I can spell correctly. 4 minutes, 53 seconds. So we do have connectivity. So what I'm going to do, go into the global configuration here. I'm going to go into router BGP 65400. And then I'm going to do a shutdown of the BGP neighbor. So we're going to do neighbor 10.0.0.2, and we're going to do a shutdown. So we have just shut down BGP on this particular router, which is router 2. We're going to simulate a network outage. Maybe they've reloaded their router, they're performing some maintenance, or they shut it down manually, or there's been an interface flap that has caused BGP hello timers to not exchange between the two routers. But in this particular scenario, I have shut it down manually to simulate any one of those particular scenarios. So I'm admin down right now. Okay, let's go to router 1. This is a very important message right here. In my former role as a network operations specialist 3, I would see this error message all the time, and it drove me insane not knowing what happened, but it just took time getting used to seeing the error messages. So any one of those scenarios that I mentioned before could be the reason the peer closed the session. So basically what happened is the hello timers between the two routers were unable to communicate for whatever reason, and then it reset that timer. So I want to go through layers 1 through 4 real quick to show you how you could troubleshoot whether this problem is on your end or not. So we're going to start with layer 1. Show interface 00. We can see that fast Ethernet is up, so we have layer 1 connectivity here. Now let's do layer 2. This is where it's really interesting. A lot of people don't use layer 2 to check for physical and layer 2 connectivity. They just go straight to layer 3, which is to ping the neighbor, which is nice and all, but this is just an extra step that you can always check to see whether you do have connectivity. You have physical connectivity, but you may not have layer 2. I'm going to simulate that here in just a moment. So let's do layer 2. Show IP ARP is on a router is how we're going to show layer 2 connectivity. As you can see, for 7 minutes now, I've been connected to my neighbor at 10.0.0.3, and this is their MAC address. So interesting. So we're going to go here to router 2, and I'm actually going to shut down this interface. So we're going to go back into global config, interface FA0/0, and we're going to do a shut. So I've shut down that interface. It's going to let us know. There it is. Okay, let's go back over here to router 1, and then I'm going to do show IP ARP again. Oh, I'm still showing up at 8 minutes, but I just shut it down. So what we're going to do here is clear ARP. We're going to clear that ARP cache, and now we're going to show it again. And our missing neighbor, or our neighbor is now missing because it's been shut down. So we don't have layer 2. So let's go back over here and bring this back up. And it's going to let us know here in just a moment. And there it is. All right. And now layer 3, of course, which is ping 10.0.0.3. Lets us know that we have connectivity to layer 3. Show IP BGP summary lets us know that we are up and working. Our protocol is up. It is actively seeking a connection. Whereas on the other side, we're admin down, so we're not doing anything. So let's bring that back online and conclude this video. Let me know if you have any questions. So config T, global config, router BGP, 65400, no neighbor, 10.0.0.2, no shut. Let's see, what did I miss here? I put the, yeah, here we go. No neighbor 10.0.0.2 shut. We're removing that command. And there we are, BGP backup. And there we are, that concludes the video. Here's something I wanted to show you before I end this. Let's go back and re-shut down that neighbor. Go back in global config, router BGP 65400, neighbor 10.0.0.2 shutdown. So we're going to shut that down. We're going to do show run pipe section BGP, and here we are. So as you can see here, we have two entries for BGP. One is our normal neighbor entry, remote AS, and then we have the shutdown. When we remove that shutdown, which we'll do no shut, basically come up here and we can just copy this right here. Let's see here. No neighbor shutdown. And now we look back here, we are missing this entry that is highlighted up here. We're just back to the normal entry, so it adds an extra entry in order to shut it down, so it doesn't remove your prior entry, which is pretty neat. So there we go, that concludes this basic customer edge, provider edge, troubleshooting layers 1 through 4. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.